Another watch I impulse bought even though I told myself I would never do it again. I almost bought the white dial to this watch, but didn't go through with it for whatever reason. This brings us to the brown dial. Something I thought I would love, but I didn't. I'm going to start with the pros and end with the reasons I ended up returning it. First off, the color. It's a really nice, deep tone. Dark enough to feel dressy, but still interesting when the light hits it. I'm a huge fan of dark colors in watches, as I feel like they look way more professional and luxurious, especially for dressy watches. G-Shocks I'll take in any color, but not dress watches. This watch definitely has that vintage charm that I imagine Timex was going for with this reissue. One thing that surprised me is how thin it looks on the wrist. On the website it looks quite round, and something that made me dislike many Timexes in the past. But in person it was a different story, which really adds to the classic dress watch vibe. This just sits on the wrist in a really nice way. Also worth mentioning, the wrist strap is long enough. That might sound like a small thing, but if you've got bigger wrists like I do, it's nice to not have to swap it out right away just to get it to fit. Another pro is the overall design. As much as this is a super popular and common Timex design to talk about, I feel the need to add to that list and say, I love it too. It's simple, it's sleek, it's timeless. Sadly, as with most things at this price point, it's not all smooth sailing. First con, the crystal. It's domed, which is part of the whole vintage look, but for me, it's a bit too domed. When you look at it head on, it's fine. But the second you start viewing it from another angle, it just warps the dial in a way that I personally don't love. It loses some of the elegance you expect from a classic dress watch and makes this look a bit cheap. I'm not saying it should have been completely flat, but maybe? I'd have to see what that looks like. Next con, the strap is pretty bad. It feels cheap and stiff, even though it does match the overall aesthetic of the watch quite well. It's one of those straps you'll probably want to swap out pretty quickly if you do plan to wear this regularly. Then there's the case back. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but unless you have an amazing engraving design that has deep meaning and relevance to your watch, I think all automatic watches should have exhibition casebacks. I know that's not expected at this price point, but it would have been nice to at least see the movement, especially since it's a hand-wound piece. It just feels like a missed opportunity to add a bit of character. And finally, the straw that broke the camel's back, the movement. It's scrapey and seems like it's malfunctioning, no matter how firm or careful I seem to be with it. I'm really hoping I got a bad one, but it doesn't inspire much confidence since you're meant to be winding it daily, so I've sent it back. Ooh! So where does that leave us? The Marlin has charm. It's slim, dial color is great, and the case proportions feel true to the vintage pieces it's inspired by. But there are compromises, especially with the movement and the strap. If you're into vintage inspired watches and you don't mind swapping the strap and maybe getting the movement checked, this could still be a solid addition to your collection. Just go in knowing that it's more about the look and feel than the specs or the finishing. Let me know in the comments if you've had a similar experience with Timex, as this is the second Timex I've had to return. We're 0 for 2 at the moment. If there's another hand-wound option that you think I should check out at this price, drop it below. I'll catch you in the next one.